Hello everyone, this is Somaranjan Naik and I welcome you all to my channel The Mango Researcher. Dear friends, a couple of weeks back I posted in the community section that I'm planning for a Q&A session. So in case you have some questions, then you can put up there. And I'm very happy that many of you have put up your questions, and today I'll be taking up those questions and trying to give you some clarity regarding the doubts that you have. So starting with the first question from Soumya Maiti. The question is regarding my journey from IIT Roorkee to IIT Bombay. Why did I choose PhD? Some suggestions regarding PhD admission at IIT Bombay. Is research paper mandatory? And my future plans. Well, I joined industrial metallurgy specialization at metallurgy department IIT Bombay in 2013, and over there I did my thesis work on biomaterials. I would say that it was hell of a journey for me. I was very sure from the very beginning that PhD is something that I would like to opt for. I was not clear whether I would like to go for foreign PhD or Indian PhD, but PhD was something which was I very confident about. That I need to go for it. And the basic logic behind it was that my specialization was manufacturing science and engineering, that is otherwise known as production engineering. And in case I had to I had to go for jobs or through campus placements, then I had to read all those mechanical subjects like refrigeration and air conditioning, or you can say design 1, design 2, thermodynamics 1, 2. There's so many subjects that are not taught in production engineering and that are part and parcel and important for mechanical engineering department. So I felt that should I go back to my BTech studies and look after the mechanical subjects, or should I concentrate on my thesis and do good at that? So I felt that going for a thesis, going after the thesis and doing better at that was a much better option and something which I would like to do. So that was my journey, and I'm very happy that I could do some good work. I could publish a paper, I could attend a conference during my stay at IIT Roorkee, and after that I joined IIT Bombay Metallurgy Department for PhD. And I would say that you need to be good at your basics or fundamentals of your subject if you want to pursue PhD at Indian institutes. Like, you need to know the basics of the topic that you have pursued as your thesis topic, and you should go for the very basics that I would suggest in a nutshell. Regarding research paper, I wouldn't say that it's mandatory. It all depends on how good are you in your fundamentals of the subject or the topic that you have chosen as your thesis topic. Okay, that is the MTech final year thesis topic. So if you are good at those, then you will get admission. There is no problem in that. Okay, but yes, if you have a journal publication, well, that's good. Like, no one would say that it's not good. So try to do it. In case you are not able to publish a journal paper, I would suggest that you can go for a conference proceeding, or you can attend at least a conference that will show up the interviewers that, well, this guy was serious or this girl was serious for at least 4 to 5 months of the second year of your MTech studies. Regarding future plans, I joined PhD with the thought of being a professor at some college after I graduate, and I still pursue that plan, and let's see what happens. I want to be a faculty because teaching is something which I always liked, and I hope that I can materialize those dreams. Second question I would take up is from Samrat Chakravarti, and he has asked me that whether I'm planning for a dedicated video regarding the research tools and softwares that I use. Yes, Samrat, I would say that that very plan is in the pipeline, and definitely I'd like to. I think next week you'll be having this video, very sure. Next week you'll be having the list of research tools and softwares which may be helpful to you. I'll be posting that. Taking up the next question of Sanju Mehta, and it is very important question and very interesting question. He says that, can I just give him a list of books that he can solve for JEE 2022? I get lots of questions regarding JEE, and I would like to clear the air with this question for the future. I would say that, well, I was never a student of IIT JEE in my plus 2. I was a student who was running after medical. So I even dropped a year after my plus 2 for medical preparation. So I was never a engineering guy during my plus two. So if you ask me regarding the books, then I would definitely not like to misguide you by telling you something that I read in Quora or something. You would find so many other IITians who are YouTubers, and you can post these questions to them. They will be very good in answering you this question. I won't be able to give you guide you in this. I'm sorry. Coming to the next question about from Soumyadip Ghosh. He says that he's currently a BTech student, BTech third year student, and he wants to know about the study pressure at IITB and what is done in the second year of MTech and some information regarding MTech IITB courses. From my personal experience, I can say that getting into IIT is difficult, but studying and sustaining in IIT is not. Okay, because then you have a very supportive system comprising of TAs and faculties who make it sure that student understands. Okay, they generally put in a lot of efforts. Finally, that those efforts materialize or the student understands or not, that's a completely different ball game. But I would say that I have seen students and faculties, they are putting their heart out to make it sure that the student understands. So study pressure is high, I would say, because you have a very limited period in your Tech. For BTech they stay for 4 years, for PhD they stay for 4, 5, 6 years. So they have prolonged period of time to think of various things and take up some courses or do something productive. But for MTech you just have 2 years, so that pressure of gaining maximum out of this small amount of time that you stay in the campus is high. But I would say that the system is very supportive, so study pressure is a bit low. Okay, and as I have said that studying in IIT is much more easier than qualifying for IIT. So I hope I have answered your question. And some information regarding MTech IITB. Yeah, it's a 2 years course. You can get in TA category, it is 2 years course. If you want to get into RA category, MTech, then it's a 3 years course. And in 3 years course, it's the load is even much lesser because less number of courses that you need to take for each semester. So these are the things that you need to know. And regarding the second year MTech, I see that many students they take up some course in the third semester, and but again in third semester you need to start your project work also. So and in the fourth semester your placement comes. So you need to coordinate all things so that you are in a better position for all these aspects of MTech. The next question is from Anshuman Tripathi. He wants to know whether the MTech session this time will be online or not. Anshuman, I would honestly say, looking into the pandemic situation now, the rate at which COVID infections are going on across the country, I am very sure that this semester that you will be joining will be online only, because seriously speaking, IIT doesn't have the infrastructure to give each BTech student or each MTech student, new student who are joining to the system a separate room. You see, at IIT Bombay, a BTech student gets single room only in the third year, and a PhD and MTech student gets a single room in the second year. So in the first year of MTech or PhD and first 2 years of BTech, you need to share your rooms. And sharing rooms is something which won't be allowed by the administration during this time when infections rate are so high. So I would say that yes, with a heavy heart, that things will be mostly online. Okay, get prepared for it. And I'll put in the I button somewhere over here where I interacted with students from IIT Patna, IIT Delhi, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kanpur, okay, and IIT Trichy, where I talked to students and they narrated their experience regarding online classes. You can see somewhere over here in the I button, and I hope you benefit from it. Now, next question is from Ram Akshavar Pal. He wants some information regarding MTech RA at IITB. Okay, so MTech are of two types. One is MTech TA and one is MTech RA. So TA is a 2 years course, RA is a 3 years course in terms of degree that you get, the degree printed that you get, and also in terms of placement there is no difference. Only the difference is with the time limit and also with the number of courses that you would be taking in each semester. Got my point? But in case of RA, like during the selection procedure only, the faculty will be coming, he will be giving you a presentation regarding the work that he expects and the qualification that you need to have in order to qualify for a RA project. So you'll be joining a faculty as your thesis guide, or you can join a faculty to help him or her in her lab work, but you can take a separate guide for your thesis. Okay, these two type of things are also available. You need to check in the individual department regarding the rules of RA. Next question is from Samrat Chakravarti and Kiran Babu. They have an interesting question. They want to know the other ways of earning money while doing PhD. There are some ways which I have seen people doing it. Like some people invest money in mutual funds. Some do like look into stock markets. Some go for online tuitions and all. But I would say that you will be paid some 20.4 lakh rupees at the present rate in entire 5 years for your PhD program. Okay, so that amount is almost sufficient, like 31,000 in the first 2 years and 35,000 in the next 3 years is almost sufficient for your sustenance. So you can invest like in stock market or mutual funds in case you have knowledge regarding them, or you have someone who can guide you. But make it sure that PhD gets maximum amount of your attention. That is what I would say. The next question is from Harshratna Sawant. He wants to know from where to know about MS cutoff. I would say, Harsha, there are tons of websites online. You can just go and find them out. Or there are several pages pertaining to MTech admission on Facebook. You can definitely go over there and post your questions, and you'll be getting the answer. In case you don't find those pages, do send me a mail on. In case you don't find those pages, you can mail me I have my email ID in the description below, so you can mail me over there. I'll try to find it out for you. The next question is from Rakesh Kumar. He wants to know about some executive PhD in computer science. Rakesh, I could not find it online even. I'm very sorry, but in case you have some information, some additional information that you can give in this regard, then do mail me at 27soumya27@gmail.com. You can find out this link in the description below. So you can send me on this ID some more information. I would like to definitely know about this. The next question is from Amit Kumar. He wants some information regarding conferences and review paper and how to write a review paper and other related information. Amit, I would say that the best person to tell you in this regard are your lab seniors and your guide whom you are joining for your thesis topic. Okay, so you can talk to them and then find out that what are the various conferences which are important for your field of research. That is very important, because every field there are some specific conferences, or you can say there are some conferences which encompasses all fields, and there are some specific field conferences. So you can choose depending upon what your guide says, and also something that you may prefer to go. Okay, people prefer, like, they take up conferences in some countries that they feel like traveling. That also can be a reason for choosing a particular conference. Okay, regarding review paper, I would say that review paper is mostly written in good journals out of invitation, like the that the journal sends invitation to experts in those fields. Okay, but in case you are writing a review paper, make it sure that you read adequate amount of literature, because these things take time. Okay, so in case you have some good knowledge, because you need to analyze, because you need to analyze those things that are existing and give some input, like where the things are going, where the topic is heading to. So you need to have good amount of knowledge of the previous work, and also an insight that where the things are going and what are the problems that needs to be solved. So all these things that you want to look into when you are thinking of writing a review paper. Then we have Niladri Pramanik. He wants to know about my view on learning coding for non-CS MTech students for placements. Then you have some labs, okay, like some data science lab or some other lab where faculty specifically asks you to write codes which solves problem related to your specialization. Okay, so at that point of time, you need to know how to code. Okay, so coding is something which all of you should take up, irrespective of which branch you are in. Okay, so core branch students, they always have seniors who in the past must have told them that coding is not important. But I, as a senior, I would say that don't believe them. You need coding, because all the mundane work, all the repetitive work that a computer can do, then why should you even be bothered for it? Okay, put your mind in something in which you require it. If there is something that a computer can do it, then why would you even think of it? Okay, so in terms of jobs, yes, definitely it is going to help you, because now you are ready not for only core jobs but also non-core jobs. And let me tell you that core jobs also, they are expecting some amount of coding, because every machine is automated. Okay, so they need someone who understands the codes. Okay, and in case you are interested in machine learning and artificial intelligence, then also like you have to code. Okay, so coding is something that you need to prefer. Then Suprabha Poddar, she is asking me that without GATE score, can I get into IIT or NIT for PhD? Yes, you can get into, but in that case, you need to have a MTech degree, okay, already with you. Got my point? So in that case, you can get into some new IITs for your PhD without a GATE score. Okay, but for older IITs, at times the number of applicants are so high that department does introduce the GATE criteria just to screen out the people. So you need to look into the rules and regulations set up by the individual department and institute. Okay, and to all of you, I would say that always make it a point that your BTech college, make it a point that if you are at a BTech college which is at this level, the MTech college should be over here and PhD college should be over here. So you should step up when you go for your higher education. Okay, so that you need to make it sure. Then we have Viral Kakadia. I hope I pronounce your surname correctly. He is asking regarding, should I take up material science in IIT Bombay if I am not getting aerospace engineering, and specializations in material science more related to aerospace domain. Well, I visited the aerospace department and I saw that this specialization aerospace structures, where I could see additive manufacturing, studies related to fracture, to fatigue, to mechanics of material. Okay, so that to some extent is related to mechanical metallurgy. So in case you are not getting something at aerospace engineering, then you can take up subjects like this process engineering, or you can take up material science, but you need to look into the subjects that you need to pick up for these very particular studies. Okay, so in case there is some specialization where fracture, fatigue, additive manufacturing or mechanics of solid are dealt with, you need to take those specialization. You can look into the specializations and the description of them in the individual department website and decide. But yes, I would say that material science and process metallurgy in metallurgy department can help you to get into aerospace structures. Okay, but again, my knowledge is limited. You can also ask to students who are in this department, aerospace department, to get a clarity. Then we have a question from Sanyam Srivastava. He has asked that he's a BTech student in chemical engineering. How can he get material science MTech in IIT Delhi and Kanpur? I would suggest that you should think of whether you can actually stay in chemical engineering department and do some study in material science or not, because there are tons of faculties in material engineering department or chemistry who do extensive research on material science. Okay, so whether you would like to switch the department or not, that is something that you need to think of. Okay, and in case you think of jumping to material science, MTech at IIT Delhi and Kanpur, I would suggest that you better go to the website. There you can get better knowledge. Okay, whether there are some faculties who have this chemistry background or chemical engineering background, you can join them and then start pursuing your dreams. Then we have Divya Purohit. Divya Purohit says that he or she, I can't make it out, that is a BTech student of computer science and engineering and wants to pursue MTech in IITB RA specifically. How to prepare for it? You see, I have already spoken. RA is something which where you are assigned with a topic just after you join. Okay, so it's a 3 years course. Now in case suppose 2 years course is MTech TA and 3 years is MTech RA. So in case you want to save 1 year, then you can take up a TA ship only. But in case your rank is a bit low and you can think of spending an extra year at IITB, then I would say that, well, you can go ahead with RA. But then you have written round, you have interviews along with your gate score. So, and I would suggest that you can always go to the department website to get further knowledge. Then we have a question from Bhumika Gupta where she has asked that can electrical course students go to opting MS or MTech in biomedical in IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay? Well, I have checked the website and you are eligible. Electrical engineering students are eligible. And placement and research opportunities, there are plenty because these fields are on a boom. Okay, especially biomedical. So in case you are in a position to find some friends who can team up and form a company or a startup, then you have lots of scope and opportunities in this field. Okay, especially biofield. So you can go ahead. We have Teja Burlagadda. He is a first year tier 3 student and wants to pursue research in battery and nanotechnology. How to start research career? Who can help you? First and foremost, you need to understand that are you really sure that you want to be that specific in your research approach, like battery and nanotechnology? If yes, then I would say that do mail me on 27soumya27@gmail.com. Okay, I think I know someone with whom I can get you in touch with, and he can give you some clarity. Okay, and yes, you can go ahead with battery and nanotechnology. There is no problem, and there are tons of specializations which offer these particular studies, so you can go ahead. Okay, but in order to have a detailed discussion, you can always mail me. I'll give you an answer. Then we have Somendra Ningthaujam. I'm really sorry if I have pronounced your surname wrong. Okay, he wants to know about the fee structure in IIT after GATE. You see, the fees that the stipend that you'll be getting is around 3 lakh rupees, like 2,97,000 that you'll be getting. And fees that you need to pay ranges from is around 2 lakh rupees. So basically, you'll be left with around 4,000 rupees per month on an average. But I would say that IIT campus is pretty cheap. So any IIT that you take is pretty cheap. So 4,000 also is something that you may not be you may not get completely exhausted. Okay, 4,000 also is a good amount for a monthly cost. But again, because you see, it takes care. IIT takes care of your medical costs. It takes care of your fooding, your lodging, everything, electricity, everything is taken off. So basically, you are mostly left with nothing to spend on. Okay, so until unless you have some, you try to lead some extravagant life. So 4,000 I think should be enough. Just try it out. Then we have Bittu Agarwal, who wants to know about the study pressure at MTech and job scenario at IIT Roorkee for MTech. My MTech is from IIT Roorkee, and I would say that the role of department placement representatives are very important for placement of any specialization. Like I know that the two guys who were the representatives in my batch, they literally went after the HRs like anything and made it sure that students of mechanical background who had joined metallurgy were given a chance for placement, to at least sit for the placement. Okay, so the department placement representative's job becomes very crucial in case you want your placement scenario to be good. And in my batch, placements were great. Okay, great. I had friends who got in like Hitachi. There were students who got into so many good companies. Okay, applied so many good companies. I don't remember. They got into so many good companies. So yes, just look into it. And I have already spoken that studying in IIT is much easier than getting into IIT. Okay, so that takes care of the pressure. Then we have Hashan Sheikh. He is a final year CSE student. He hasn't qualified GATE but has got 80% of marks. He wants to know, is there any chance to get admission at IIT or NIT? And also, is EWS category of any help in admission? Definitely EWS category is of help because it is given to families who have got income of less than 8 lakhs. In case you fall into this bracket, then you can take up this quota. It will be definitely helpful. Okay, it will give you some room, some ease. It will give you definitely. You can take up that. And I would suggest that it's better not to search opportunities without GATE, because with GATE qualification you get loads of opportunities. Okay, let it be MTech, MS, direct PhD, or project staff positions. There are so many things that you get with a GATE scorecard. I would suggest that try at least 1 year. Don't search for shortcuts. Okay, try at least 1 year. Listen to me, just try 1 year. I think in case you qualify, then it will be definitely helpful to you. Then we have Kundan Kumar. He wants to know whether experimental and computational research, which one would I choose? You see, computational requires experimental validation. So experimental stuff is classical. You cannot remove them, or you can't replace them. Experiment has to be there, because suppose you make a model, okay, but if you can't validate it, then no one is going to listen you. So experimental are central to any research, but yes, computationals are something which are the need of today. Okay, so in case you have an amalgamation of both, like little bit of computation, little bit of experiments, definitely it will give you a big boost in case you want to opt for research in future. Okay, or completely computational also, I won't mind. Okay, but you need to do some good work. Then I have a question from Amrit Kumar. He says he's a student of NIT Warangal, and is it possible to shift from any other topic, thesis topic? Is it possible to shift to any other topic apart from your thesis or project topic? In case you want to pursue higher education, definitely you can change your topic. Okay, but make it sure that once you switch over to another topic, you have adequate amount of coursework done. Okay, that is very important, that adequate amount of coursework needs to be done. You need to have ample amount of knowledge, so that basics at least you need to have, so that you can play with it. Okay, and design your experiment, design the material, design the process, design anything. And but for designing you need some basic foundation courses in here. Okay, then we have Niklesh Nagar. He says, how to choose a MTech thesis topic? Anything that is of interest to you, or you have some knowledge. Okay, or you find that market is behind it. Okay, or businessmen are behind it, or market is behind it. You can take up those topics. But again, it should not be driven by money. But anything that is of interest to you, that you find interesting, you should take up those courses. And I would say that interest comes from your knowledge. Very importantly, you should all remember that interest comes from your knowledge. If you do a 6 months coursework or 2 months of study on any topic, beyond the study time, you will be having ample knowledge to play with. And when you start playing with your knowledge, then things become very interesting. Okay, so take up a subject. In case it is new, topic is new, then go for some adequate amount of coursework, and then beyond it, you will be enjoying it. Then we have Prithviraj Sahu. He is a 2015 CS candidate, has got a job. He has an interest in astronomy, wants to do a master's in physics. In suggestion, you see, all IITs have got an astronomy club. Okay, in case I am actually not the right person to answer this question, because I don't have any knowledge regarding it. Okay, so again, I would say that you can mail me on 27soumya27@gmail.com, and we can have further download discussion. In case I can find out someone whom you can discuss with, I will definitely get you in touch with him or her. Then I have a question from Kaplesh Patil. He wants to know how to achieve single digit rank in CSE. Okay, AIR in CSE. You see, for single digit rank, I never got a single digit rank. Okay, so I feel that in case you are very regular in your BTech, okay, in your courses, you make your notes well, you develop good understanding, you read various types of books, just not solving problems, but also getting into the core idea or knowledge regarding any topic, will give you clarity. Okay, and once you are clear and you have good problem solving skills, you can definitely break into all India rank, at least within top 10. There is no problem. I had taken an interview of AIR 9 in metallurgy engineering field of Gaurav Verma, somewhere over here in the I button you can see. In case you want to know more about how does AIR 9 studies, then you can look into this video. I'll be putting up the link in the description below also. Okay. Then we have got question from Manish Sahu. Would it be nice to do PhD in mechanical engineering department? Why not? It's an evergreen branch. It never fades away. He has this fear that in case like 5 years down the line, this department dies out, which will never happen because electrical and machine and mechanical engineering are required to run any industry, irrespective of what that industry is. You do require these two guys. Okay, so that will never die out. Just you need to work hard in your PhD to get a job. But there are jobs. That's not that there are no jobs. I've covered all your questions. I hope that my answers were of some help to you. In case they are not, you still have some doubt, then definitely put those questions in the comment section below. With this, I thank you. Take care.